Our top story tonight, alarming new revelations from the nation's top doctors about just how contagious and dangerous the Delta variant may be. An internal document from the CDC says, quote, "The war has changed," detailing just how quickly the virus is spreading across the country right now. And it's not just among the unvaccinated. It comes as more companies and cities are taking action, implementing masks and new vaccine mandates for all Americans. White House correspondent Allison Harris is live in the nation's capital tonight. Allison.
Adrian, we know that this variant of COVID is different. It's being called COVID on steroids. But tonight, CDC documents are giving us more specific information about just how much more infectious this variant is. The Delta variant spreads like chickenpox. That's the new information the CDC has on just how contagious this new variant is. Scientists saying it's even more transmissible than the common cold or Ebola.
We need more people to get vaccinated. That's if we want to stop the spread of this variant and avoid mutations.
The CDC now says that people who are fully vaccinated are far less likely to become severely ill if they get COVID, but they can still spread the virus as easily as people who are not vaccinated. That's the game changer, the CDC director today saying the evidence was pivotal. It's what led the CDC to change its mask guidance earlier this week, recommending even people who are fully vaccinated wear masks indoors in areas of substantial spread.
We need some straight talk right now.
And it's why the president is pleading with the 30% of American adults who remain unvaccinated.
You don't have to die.
The White House clarifying Friday that the U.S. is not headed towards more lockdowns, but more vaccinations are needed now.
A national vaccine requirement is not under consideration at this time.
Vaccinations are up 40% compared to just last week, a small win for the vaccination effort. But while breakthrough cases are rare, the CDC says there's an outbreak of cases from a 4th of July party in Massachusetts. 3/4 of the people infected at the party were fully vaccinated. People who have not yet gotten their shots are at a much greater risk of dying from COVID. 99% of recent COVID deaths are among the unvaccinated. Scientists say people who are not vaccinated are now not only putting themselves at a greater risk, they're also putting people who are fully vaccinated at risk. Adrian?